The royal family has been a symbol of unity, strength, and tradition for centuries. But lately, behind the majestic facades of palaces and royal events, a deep and disturbing fracture has taken root, a fracture between two of its most prominent members, Prince William, the future king, and his younger brother Prince Harry. What began as a promising brotherly bond has evolved into one of the most publicized, painful, and tumultuous divisions the monarchy has ever seen. For now, King Charles finds himself torn between his duty to the crown and his love for his son. The question remains, is the gap between father and son too wide to bridge? At the center of this drama, the royal family finds itself at a crossroads. The world watches, captivated by the endless twists and turns that could alter the fate of not only the brothers, but the entire institution. What is it that really divides them? Is there any hope for reconciliation? And most crucially, what will happen as Prince William continues his ascension to the throne and Harry and Meghan plan his return to the spotlight? It's an exchange that could be read as nothing more than some moderately sized talk being done by a man whose day job is to put the hoi and polloi at ease as they shake hands. Except those moments that the Prince of Wales lightheartedly told the snipers he will make sure don't happen again anytime soon, are the sorts of monarchy-shaking, world-stopping events that normally only happen once every generation, like the death of the sovereign and the accession of the new one. He's hurt, yes, but he's never stopped caring about Charles, a friend of the prince shared. He just wants to protect his family and live a life that feels true to him. Yet, the tension between Harry's personal goals and his royal heritage has made reconciliation a challenging prospect. This isn't just about royal feuds or typical tabloid drama. It's a battle for control, for loyalty, for the very soul of the monarchy. And now, as Prince William inches ever closer to becoming king, every move, every statement, and every interaction between the royal brothers will be scrutinized more than ever. The family that once seemed so close is now fragmented, and no one knows how it will end. Although they signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776, to sever all ties to Britain, including the monarchy, celebrity-obsessed Americans cannot get enough of the royal family. Through fairy tale weddings, messy divorces, and devastating deaths, U.S. royal watchers have been invested in it all. Around 23 million Americans tuned in to watch the wedding of Prince Charles and Princess Diana on July 29, 1981. And 16 years later, on September 6, 1997, 33.2 million of them solemnly sat in front of their television sets to watch Diana's funeral. Explaining why many Americans are obsessive royal fans, entertainment journalist Erik Carlson compared reading supercharged celebrity news to watching reality TV. It makes a reality show out of William and Catherine, and Harry and Meghan and Charles and Camilla. And we become glued to our phone screens for the next morsel of gossip. A new YouGov poll has now asked more than 1,000 Americans for their opinions on members of the royal family, both living and dead. It seems the majority of Americans have chosen to side with Princess Diana. More than 3/4 of those polled held a favorable view of the late Princess of Wales, who tragically died in a car accident in Paris on August 31, 1997. Before she married Charles in 1981, very few people in the U.S. paid attention to the royals or could tell you the name of the Queen of England. Historian Alicia Carroll wrote in the New York Times. Diana changed all that. Here in the U.S., our celebrities, entertainers, actors, athletes, musicians, even politicians, leave much to be desired. Meanwhile, millions of people go to England every year for one reason. They want to see Buckingham Palace. By contrast, millions come to the U.S. every year, but it's not to see the White House. They come to see Mickey Mouse. The majority of Americans, 67%, also have favorable opinions of the late Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned 40 years. Upon her ascension to the throne and her grand coronation at Westminster Abbey, U.S. outlet Time magazine crowned her as their Woman of the Year in 1953. Americans admired Elizabeth as she played a significant role in enhancing the U.S.-UK relationship by meeting all 14 sitting presidents during her reign, apart from Lyndon B. Johnson. Her trips to America included 4 state visits and 5 state dinners. During a speech in 1983, U.S. President Ronald Reagan was seen roaring with laughter as the Queen made a straight-faced comment about the lousy California weather. "I knew before we came that we had exported many of our traditions to the United States, but I had not realized before that weather was one of them."